tier of heroes to go with. And the fact that they pick up an Esmeralda means they're also thinking of the possibility that a Hilda could come in from Omega. Honestly, if I'm Omega, even consider an Edith in the EXP lane, though it does really not do much against the Esmeralda in lane.
Yeah.
But in the big picture, that just means that you just send the Farsa and Chomor to the EXP lane. Or the CC, since it's still there, and a good curtain call will mess up the initiation that APBR wants to do. Blue also really good considering that you're up against Harith and the Selena as well. There's a lot of targets that you can go for that can get easily displaced, and you mess up a formation around the lineup that wants to play around the Zaman force of the Harith.
Yeah, I love this glue right here as well. If you went Lapu here, that might have been trouble because you will definitely not last against the lines of AP Bren here. But man, oh man, we're finally going to see a fight here. I expect very early fights level 3 and level 4.
Esmeralda, that pickup, it was a surprise, but it made your opponents think twice, like about what XP later you'd want to pick up, because we did mention like the Edith and the Lapu Lapu, but both of those heroes are shield generating heroes that might make things a bit more better for the Esmeralda laning wise. So Super Yoshi just came off a Kufra game yesterday, but now he is gonna go up against it. The Kufra so far, it's fun to see them back. The entire idea of having a surprise setup come in. Well, is it gonna work?
It's just basically fun, but it also can work in very, very specific situations. Let's find out if that's going to be the case here in game number 3 with Omega coming in with Super Yoshi on a very Yaoi-esque. Let's see. So Nova X Nova obviously is going to take a long time. He's absorbing so much damage as well.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Super Yoshi.
Oh man.
Yikes.
Can he run away from this?
Alright,
Does it give the
no.
flicker? Okay, he's safe.
I think that deep chase also.
Look at Nova.
X-Nova. Oh! What a read by X-Nova. Did not want to let go of that play, but now it looks like it might be a trade between the two roamers.
Okay, Netski, if he gets this kill, that's gonna be massive. Doesn't get it, but still has an assist though. It goes into the hands of Ryzen instead. So I think they're somehow able to spread out like the resources still in one way or another. And it's a roamer that's taken down for Smart Omega. Might not be that much of a big thing. This could be massive though if Aqua gets the kill. But Super Yoshi will be here to provide some support. It misses by just a pixel, but X-Nova here will also be forced to flicker out.
Yeah, I think all of the trades that we've seen so far in the center of the map just goes to show, it confirms what we were thinking about the drafts of these two teams. Like, they don't want to play passive. They both want to be incredibly proactive, be aggressive. And I'm not going to knock it. As long as they are checking their conditions, they're both trading. We're seeing some good mechanical plays. I like this.
Yeah, we did see, I mean, we could tell it very early on, even before the game started, it was going to be messy. At the very low stage of the game. Look at this. They're not actually done yet.
Oh, they're layering their skills so well. Super Yoshi gets to dodge it though. Phantom Execution gets dodged by Haji as well. And they will be the ones to pick up a kill on X-Nova instead. That's right before the objective too. So it's gonna be big for Smart Omega.
It actually is. Look at Lord James as well. He actually feels very safe here, but could be in trouble if Omega suddenly turns on him. And look at this. Even Netski and Aqua, or sorry, Haji is joining the fray.
Oh, they find James Pax, so Ryzen being able to secure the objective for themselves. The swing or the lead has shifted into Smart Omega's hands already.
Level 4, reached in for Aqua. I'm trying to find the angle right now for both of the two roamers. See how they're going to walk away so that it isn't just a trade. Right now, Omega was able to find, of course, one play to build up a little bit of a lead. But you're still in the scenario wherein, because you're up against a lineup that has a Kufra and the Selena together, the capability of them to turn things around is strong. It's really high. But so far, with how Yoshi's been playing this show, right now he's playing as just a slightly better game than X-Nova's Kufra.
Slightly better as well, but don't because of what you mentioned as well. Super Yoshi is also not safe. Usually shows to be very safe here. Look at that pick.
Such an aggressive feathered airstrike coming in from Haji. They get to poke James Pax low enough though, but at least now he's really well protected by Super Yoshi, because Those look like really dangerous
Yeah.
Predator
Yeah, for
airstrikes.
They are, but I feel like at the same time, it's signature Aqua. He made a name for himself playing like this with artillery mages that feels like he just knows where you are. He's checking the right shrubs. He's reading your rotation. He's stopping you from making sequences. That's why Aqua became an MPL Philippines champion and an MSC champion in the same year.
Yeah, and if you're Haji, you just want to use that feather airstrike as soon as possible, maybe, before the hit cancels out.
Yeah.
Because you know someone's going to mess it up, or like someone is going to disrupt it.
Yeah.
So I guess using it early on, try to get an advantage in a team fight, it's also a very legit strat.
So many members from AP Brent can do that, but Ryzen seems to be struggling a bit. Lord JM's dealing a lot of damage up against this Hayabusa. Doesn't get the stun on the Curse of the Crow. There's the Feathered Airstrike as well, but they will not be able to take down this Esmeralda. And it seems like he got enough of their attention to push them away from testing this objective that'll freely go into the hands of AP Brent.
Yeah, he basically slowed down the farm here of Ryzen. He also was able to help AP Brent secure their turtle here for game number 2.
Oh, James Pax? Haji.
Step back.
Still went back. Oh, the shadow.
Oh, good coverage there by X-Nova, but then at the same time, good senses by Ryzen to be able to dash out just in time. He almost got caught by that Kufra, so now you have to wow, Super Yoshi?
Whoa.
Sir.
The bouncing ball is such a problem.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta respect that bouncing ball, bro. You can't Shunpo out of that one.
Yeah, but that's also going to be one of the conditions there for Omega. If they see that there's no more bouncing ball on that Kufra, they are encouraged to commit a play. Oh, Yoshi finds an angle.
And now they commit a play on Lord JM, but is it the right decision though? There's the Abyssal Trap, and James Pax will just pick up the kill! Haji barely surviving even under the turret. Oh! Okay, he gets to walk away.
Again, that looked like a disconnect by Omega. It looks like they weren't ready for Yoshi to commit that, and it seems like Yoshi committed that without the other members of Omega too much in mind. A bit of a wasted kick, and even burned a flicker for that sequence.
Yeah, maybe he didn't shout the you know what Cho players do when they make a play. They call the person's nickname.
The follow-up.
Yeah, the follow-up.
Phantom Execution. That's a lot. We have the dragon.
Good block.
It lands on James Pax though. What a punish. Coming in from Smart Omega. James here as well. They're trying to go for X-Nova this time. They get to also land the skills, but the Haji, he can't follow up. He's being zoned by Lord JM, but still finds the outplay.
Wow.
Oh, Haji holds on just long enough. I thought it would end up becoming an even trade, but somehow, some way, Haji holds on and Lord JM gets punished for his greed.
Haji's like, you're not letting me play. I'm gonna give you something to play around. And look at that. It's gonna be Super Yoshi again, keeping tabs on AP Brent members, making sure they can't really walk out of that turret without any consequence.
They see James Pax clearing the waves down bottom, but Ryzen's still picking up his purple buff, so they will be taking a bit of time before they transition into the turtle. Both teams might actually try to contest it.
Alright, let's see here. Now Omega definitely is going to be ahead in terms of like the vision department, despite AP Brent having the Selena. But then again, that's because of their presence in the bush. And Super Yoshi is very happy to clean out those traps whenever he can.
He just bursted down the turtle. Might transition to the purple buff, but they'll just play it safe. We'll focus on potentially clearing out and taking this tier 1 in mid instead. They have enough vision, you mentioned it. They're doing such a great job at finding all those visions. But now James Pax doing his best just to defend this turret. X-Nova won't be looking for a setup just yet.
Alright, 1,300 gold lead here for Omega. Good positions though around this area. They're covering for Netsky so that he can farm up top. Super Yoshi and James covering around the mid as well. So they're just trying to find a better timing for them to commit a play. Item builds, nothing too crazy, although it is a glowing wand rush for the Farsa, going for more utility to whittle down all the regen that AP Brent has. While it's already a Sky Piercer, Malefic Roar, and even a Hunter Strike. Yoshi finds an angle. Oh, he gets blocked.
That's another bouncing ball incident.
Yep.
Bouncing ball incident, that's what we're gonna call it now.
But like, even though Haji went for utility, it's nice to see he's 301.
Yeah, for sure. Haji definitely, he is maybe aiming for more KDA once more.
Oh.
You know, it is a very old namesake for Omega's Haji. And we could see that again here, as long as they play this more cleanly, which they seem to be doing, especially with Super Yoshi being so aggressive right now on that show and making it so hard for APBR to set anything up.
I did see Haji share a status about him missing being the KDA machine, but now with the Yogi Shadow kill coming in from Ryzen, Super Yoshi doesn't get away from that. That's a Zaman forces the bouncing ball all over again. It's 1 for none so far.
Again, just every time we try to call something out here, something seems to be happening that turns the tides of battle. And APBR showing signs of life here still, even with Omega in the lead.
Yep.
2,300 gold for Omega. APBR, a little bit spread out. They're just to be able to contest us, but I think they don't have enough damage right now to give James a lot of a problem once he decides to just jump in. Because there's a reason why that glue was ended up picking him up last. Oh, wait, what?
It didn't land, but Lord JM, he might just get the job done. Abyssal Arrow doesn't connect, and that's a shutdown indeed from Lord JM onto Haji, his first death in this game. But Smart Omega might just still try to make their way to the Lord, but X-Nova gets to find Ryzen, uses the Tyrant's Revenge as well, and the follow-up Phantom Execution is going to be enough. Super Yoshi has to run away, already down to half HP. Just look at how well coordinated Lord JM and X-Nova are doing all this zoning. And once again, they find another. Still, Netsky has the flicker, but might not be enough anymore to even look for a trade. But wait, James might actually try to do something, but will it be enough for him to take down Aqua? It will not.
There you go. Lord JM back in with that Falling Star Moon, just pushes him back. Omega definitely did not see that coming, and now they will lose out all of that lead, and APBR gets that Lord.
Oh, Omega, once again, I mean, you can't knock Haji for just trying to clear menu waves, trying to build an advantage there. I don't think Omega and Haji and James specifically just weren't ready for how many members of APBR there would be ready enough to respond right away, and with, again, that Farsa out, not much he could do.
That push is just too deadly. For a lineup with a Kufra,
way too deadly.
You gotta be careful about where you decide to walk into, especially if you're Ryzen, especially if you're the jungler, the retry holder, right before the objective comes up. So now we're seeing just what the Kufra is able to bring to the table.
Yeah, play after play after play. It's like X-Nova just does not want to slow down here on this Kufra, and he's charging it up again.
Might not be able to land it for now, though Smart Omega are playing it safe.
Look at the mid.
Staying under the turrets. Ogi Shadow kill already used, and Ryzen unfortunately gets to Quad Shadow out. There will be no base turrets taken down for now, but despite everything that's happening, it's interesting to see that APBR still, or just only up by less than 1,000 gold.
Yeah, still very close. Oh, slip up in execution. Now this is where we're gonna see what we were talking about earlier, about how all it's gonna take is just one slip up, near perfect execution to make it work. Great trade there in the middle by James Bounce and Ryzen. Ryzen threw out the shadow kill, but James Bounce just used the Thorned Rose iframe so that it cancels the animation. Lord JM
Get to find the stun, but he's only brought down to a bit less than half HP. Still able to do his job nonetheless, and we can't take away the fact that Smart Omega, it seems like they have to bring out so much just to bring Lord JM's HP down to half.
That's true. We are seeing a bit of a sliver as well of like Netsky starting to ramp up on damage.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder for Lord JM as the Esmeralda to stay in the fight. Haji obviously he already hurts as well. So it's going to take a while for them to actually just get Lord JM back into an unkillable status. Right now they have to be just on their toes.
Yeah, he's actually ahead of Shizo.
Hugely, yeah.
In terms of gold, only lacking one more item to complete his build. But the upcoming Lord is going to be the question here. Vision and map control is clearly favoring APBR's side. And Lord JM just picked up the Antique Kiraz, just as he mentioned that
there you go.
Smart Omega might already have a bit more decent damage to deal with him.
Nova though making every bush just so scary to check for Omega. That's a big play, or that's a big plus that they have in that department. But yeah, we're coming into the department here of the next Lord, which is going to be very deadly. Historically, this should finish fights.
Oh.
X-Nova still in control.
Yoshi concealed, but he stepped on a trap. Great trap placements by Aqua so far, and now Omega, they might not be able to contest this healthily.
Not anymore.
Now with Lord JM up on front.
Rice is going to be close enough. James getting a lot of vision. Good zone out. Oh, someone's going to have to pull the trigger on the side of Omega to try and force AP Brent down low. James Vance is taking a lot of damage from the Lord.
Neski
Yeah.
went for the clear.
They know that he's just about to approach the
X-Nova!
Lord, but instead they target X-Nova instead. Salmon Force also coming in from Shizo, but Super Yoshi, will he be able to survive this? James also flickering out just to get
Ryzen!
alive, but the damage from Ryzen doesn't seem to be
Flicker!
enough, and he gets caught by the Tyrant's Revenge. Now he will be the first to fall. Not a good sign for Smart Omega.
X-Nova, his debut game in MPL Philippines, and he has been impressive. Excuse me, not debut game, debut series. He conserved the flicker, he held on to that, and James Banks and AP Brent get the Lord without a problem.
And if there was any hero that you want to conserve that flicker bouncing ball for, it is going to be that Hayabusa. It was spot on. It was that Tyrant's Rage, the extended Tyrant's Revenge from downtown into the bouncing ball, and there was just no way that Ryzen could get out.
Yeah, and I love how X-Nova built into this. He rushed to Immortality because he knew that he would be at most at risk with everything that gets thrown at AP Bren.
Yeah, and that wasn't a typical call to go for the set on the roamer of Smart Omega, but it was perfect for AP Brand because once they were able to poke Super Yoshi and bring him down to a very low amount of HP, then every single member in Smart Omega, it seems like they felt a lot more hesitant to try and go for the contest. So now they're just forced to work on the defense. Fortunately, they will have enough resources to clear out the incoming waves, but AP Brand, they're just adapting so well.
Yeah, right now there's just so much damage coming out from Shizo, and he also has a healthy amount of sustainability through the shields he's making for himself, that even though Omega isn't that far behind in the deficit, actually at this point, at closing in at 16 minutes, a 3,500 gold lead still means that Omega has the right items to actually turn it around. It's still a very close game. It's based on the execution. But the raw firepower that they have, AP Bren, it's just too much. That the damage profile of Omega is like little chunks, clean up by the Hayabusa, clean up by the Farsa, clean up by the Granger. But AP Bren can just, similar to the game number 1, throw bodies, throw damage, and then any formation that Omega wants to do is just bust it down immediately. Is it impossible for them to make a comeback? Not at all. But it's so much easier right now for AP Bren to hold this than it is for Omega to make a comeback.
Yeah, and it's also very hard for them to actually make any mistakes because it's so hard to make mistakes if you're like just an Esmeralda in front. Like the worst mistake you could probably do is like maybe a falling star moon on a really bad angle. But either way, you are still in front. You are doing your job, and that's why it's so foolproof. Aqua has been hitting hits non-stop as well, just not making the mark all the time, but also just making it so hard for Omega to set anything up. Yeah. And all these bushes just cannot be camped by Omega at all.
Yeah, I mean, even earlier when Super Yoshi unfortunately stepped on a trap, there was Lord JM scouting the area as well. So regardless, even if Super Yoshi was able to find his way to AP Bren and their members, there would be a Falling Star Moon coming in from Lord JM to potentially intercept and block the other members of Smart Omega just the same. And even beyond that, this has been a very low-scoring game. It just goes to show the amount of sustain and just how careful these two teams have been playing it out.
Should also help out Omega and Neski, the fact that he was already able to last build the Rose Gold Meteor, that he can go a little bit more forward in terms of trying to deal more damage to Shizo. But again, it's going to be a difficult target to take down, that Harith. Bloodwings locked in for the last item, already has Holy Crystal full build. X-Nova just built up an Athena shield as well, so the burst damage that the Farsa can dish out is going to be more manageable. So then now, for Omega, there's so many angle of attacks you have to look for. Okay, you decide to focus fire on one, suddenly you have to watch out for X-Nova coming in with a Tyrant's Revenge and Rage combo.
And there he
right
goes
on cue.
in.
Wow, okay.
Right on cue. One member down for Smart Omega. They might not contest this anymore, and they won't.
Yeah, that's a big -1 here for James. He thought he was going to be unkillable in that last one, but no, one combo actually took down this glue, and that is not a good sign for Omega.
I'm also reminded of what it was like when it was just Kufra and Choke constantly as the trade in the roam, where it always just whoever makes it to the shrub first essentially just wins the trade already.
Yeah, just control that all day long.
Yeah, because you're two pick-off style roamers that whoever gets to the spot that they want to get to first means that there's a higher chance that they're the ones who are setting up better. And in that scenario, I think James could have let that go if he was going to stick that close to get vision. He could have had someone else there with him to help cover. I feel like that was an unnecessary death for that glue.
Yeah, he didn't even get the chance to use the split, I think, right? To dodge some of the damage out. That's becoming a big problem here, at least for now. James is back on the field alongside the Lord, though. It's going to be a big fight.
They can't position themselves any further, knowing that X-Nova could go in. Now this could be a setup, Phantom Execution right into Haji, though. It lands onto Super Yoshi, the Tyrant's Revenge, but from the back lines, Ryzen will try to look for a target, but they get to spread out the damage so well.
The big stun fear coming in from
X-Nova!
Oh, he finds the sets onto two members, two crucial members. Netsuki's the first to fall, and nothing else matters for the Hive.